it's Mark Laing again. We're talking about depression, and today I would like to talk to those people who may suspect or think that maybe their spouse has depression. You know, it's a scary thing, and I think probably one of the main reasons why depression is such a scary thing is because there is this stigma out there that says that if you have a mood disorder, maybe you're nuts. I can tell you, you are not nuts if you have a mood disorder. That's something completely different. We have other names for that, and we don't call it nuts, but depression is not about being nuts. But it is about feeling hopeless. It is about feeling very sad, pervasively, not just, for a couple of hours. It's not because the dog just died. These are contextual depressions, and sometimes they are treated with antidepressants. But I'm talking about the person that constantly shows the ups and downs of depression. Now, depression comes under the umbrella name of mood disorders, and with mood disorders, that includes things like depression and the kinds of depression, and bipolar depression and the different types of bipolar depression. Also includes anxiety. It also includes things like ADD and ADHD. So it's a rather large group of experiences, and they all tend to show up with very specific types of things. So maybe you're married to somebody and you're wondering, maybe they have depression. Well, the first thing that you might want to consider is this. In their family, the person that you think has depression, in their family, is there any history of anybody suffering with depression, alcoholism, or nervous breakdowns? If you said yes, already that puts your spouse in what I call the red zone. Doesn't mean that they definitely have it, but it certainly increases their odds of having a mood disorder. Now, what are you looking for, though? Well, certainly depression sometimes, I think when many of us think about it, we think of somebody who is in their bedroom under the covers in the fetal position, crying, the drapes are drawn, they're in darkness. And yes, some people do experience it that way. But another way that people experience depression is through anger. And this is a very specific anger. They just seem that they're always angry. You may feel in their presence like you can never do anything right, and that they are constantly complaining. That will also be coupled with withdrawal. They don't really want to be around not only you, but anybody. So with depression, if you're married to somebody with that, if you don't know that, you may feel that this is a real attack against you. It's not. It's their attack, and it's how they're experiencing. And yes, you're going to feel the warmth of their fire, but it isn't your fire. So first of all, it's important to understand it's the difference between the voice of your spouse and the voice of their possible depression. What are some of the things that you might look for if you think that your spouse may have depression? Well, perhaps they're having difficulty either getting to sleep or staying asleep. Perhaps they're losing appetite. Perhaps they're gaining weight or losing weight. Perhaps they talk very negatively. They talk in sentences that indicate a hopelessness. I'm stuck. Never anything turns out right for me. I'm darned if I do and darned if I don't kind of idea. These would be certainly possibilities that depression exists. In bipolar depression, you have two poles or two places. One is the depression. The other is the very opposite of it. It's called mania. And in mania, they're very excitable. They're great at starting projects, but not very good at finishing them. Usually because the project they've embarked upon is so huge that mania doesn't last long enough for them to finish it. And even if they go back to depression, then return to mania, they often won't pick that project up to finish because now they have a bunch of new ideas. They may be dangerous around cash, credit cards.